Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Induction Program 2020. We especially welcome all the first year students to the Institute of Hotel Management, Kovalam. You have made the right choice of making a career in the hospitality industry through this institute. Now, I call upon Ms. Chaitali Baumek, a student of the final year, to deliver the welcome speech.
Good morning to all present here. Today is a very special day, which marks the beginning of a new phase of life for the freshers. I welcome all the first year students and parents to the Induction Program 2020. I welcome our principal, Mr. K. Rajshekhar, to this program. Sir has been part of this institute for the past 28 years, and with his vast experience as a hospitality educator, he is able to lead the institute in the right direction, benefiting the students. We welcome you, sir. Ms. Jolly Joseph, our head of department, has 30 years of experience in this institute. Ma'am is a great trainer and teacher. She guides, inspires, and molds the student with a team of faculty members. We welcome you, ma'am. Our administrative officer, Mr. Narayana Sharma, has been a part of this institute since 1992. He, with his team of administrative staff, is always there to address all our admin-related concerns. We welcome you, sir. We welcome all the panelists, faculty, and staff to this program. We welcome the first years to the 3 years at this institute. Thank you.
Thank you, Chaitali. Now, our principal, Mr. K. Rajshekhar, will address the students.
Good morning to all first year students and parents. On behalf of the students, staff and faculty member, I welcome you all to the IHM Thiruvananthapuram family. Now, you have made a choice to join this institute. So we are thankful to the students and the parents and for showing the trust on us for shaping your career or future in the hospitality sector. This institute started in the year 1990 and 30 years of successful journey we have completed, and we have to complete many more years. Because of our team and students who has played a major role, we have grown from strength to strength every year. So for that, I would like to thank all my pass out students, alumni, and the faculty. And the next 3 years is very crucial for the new freshers those are joining this year, because you are targeting your dream job, and the dream job in the hospitality sector is very crucial for all of you, and we are there to guide you. And we have a dedicated team of faculty and who will be your guide, mentor, or facilitator for next 3 years and beyond. Now, some of the values that you will come across when you are in this campus, one very crucial one is that you should be committed to what you are doing. You should be sincere and hardworking. There is no shortcut to success in life. And please understand, hospitality sector is one which has got a lot of opportunities for each one of you who is going to come and join us. And our administrative staff, they are always there to help you with administrative matters. Every year, there are students who select this institute by word of mouth publicity or reference from our alumni or well-wishers. So you can understand that what is our strength, because if a student has to come back from the reference of their peers or other friends and family members, those who are associated with the organization, our strength is our faculty member and our students, those who are here as well as those who are passing. Now, few things that I want to give you as an information or tell you as an information is that the physical reporting to this college, as of now, it is not possible in the month of November as scheduled by National Council due to the government directives, whether it is central or state. As soon as we get a positive note from the government regarding reopening, we will definitely have you in the campus. And regarding placement and other values, examinations, and other information, our HOD, Ms. Jolly Joseph, will be briefing you in detail. And as and when required, we will again have seminars and orientation programs for all of you. And I would like to thank you once again for joining this organization as a student. And we usually know ourselves by IHM Kovalam because of the place, but actually officially we are IHM Thiruvananthapuram as far as the national scenario is concerned. And this institute has got a lot of reputation in building the career of the students, and we have students who have at very high positions in the industry. They are entrepreneurs, they are managers, they are people, educators, all are here, and we wish all of you are best for your future. And thank you very much. Thank you, parents and students. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would like to invite Ms. Jolie Joseph, our head of department, to present an overview of the academic activities of the institute.
Thank you, Atul. All right. Congratulations once again and welcome aboard. So you all finally locked the hospitality industry as your career choice. You still have doubts, or you're sure? Anyway, my job now today is to bring some clarity into the choice you have made, and I'll take you to a small journey about this course, what you learn here, and how you learn here in the institute, okay, which is pretty different. Okay, so you all by now must be very aware, because at your age I was not really aware, okay, that the hospitality industry is covers a very large umbrella of sectors, and you have many career choices, right? As the principal said, there are so many options. You have in a hotel, you know that there is food and beverage, there's accommodations. Other than that, we also have sales and marketing, HR. And it is not only hotels, we also have standalone restaurants. You have high-end, we have wayside eateries, food trucks, and now cloud kitchens become quite popular because of this pandemic. And if you look at alumni, you will see many, all of them in different areas, different fields. That itself should tell you where you can be. We have people who are managers, to waiters, to mixologists, to housekeepers, entrepreneurs, educationists. We have army officers, secret service officers, police, bankers. I don't know. They are all over the place. Chefs, of course. I needn't have to tell you that. And from all over the world, you will see them, from Iceland to New Zealand to Timbuktu. What I'm trying to tell you is that this industry opens a large option for you. It is up for you to decide where you want to go and chalk out your career path. Okay, so it's a very exciting, happening industry from whatever I have experienced. But let me tell you, it is not an easy industry. As the principal said, you have to be committed and passionate towards whatever you have chosen. Okay, and that's really important. Otherwise, it's not going to be very nice, but it's all right. You will, along the way, you will sort out matters. So I will give you a short input about this course as such in our college, in our institute. Now you would have noted some of the words, highlighted here or written in bold. You must see knowledge, you must have seen skills, attitudes, evolving challenges, improving, quality, professional. I think you are now getting the idea of what policy is. But I find one word in this the most important. In all these 7 words which are highlighted, one word I find it the most important. Can you all guess? If you have guessed attitudes, you are in sync with me, because without the right mindset, you are not going to absorb knowledge, you are not going to develop your skills, you are not will not be in the right mindset, take up challenges. Look at the challenges the hotel is facing, hotel industry with this pandemic. But we are very resilient industry. We find some way or the other to survive. They always say that a hotel industry professional will survive anywhere. And all the time we are on the lookout for improving quality and being a professional. Okay, this is our quality policy. And about the course which you have taken. You have taken BSc in Hospitality and Hotel Administration. That is the name of your course. The duration is 3 years, which is 6 semesters. And it has 2 components. The National Council component, which is there in all the 6 semesters. And you have IGNOU component, which is not there in your first semester as yet. It will be there in your second semester, third or fourth semester, sixth semester. Now, why I say third or fourth semester, normally, now I do not know how it's going to be, but normally in the third or the fourth semester, which means when you are in the second year, you have the most exciting part of your learning, which is the industrial learning. 17 weeks of it in 5-star hotels. You get a good, knowledge, in the sense that you can observe firsthand everything which happens in the hotel, inside of the hotel, the back office areas, the food production, how they manage the kitchen stewarding, the housekeeping, the front office. You get a feel of everything for these 17 weeks. And you will be treated like an employee there. So you know how it feels working there. And then you get a good idea as to where do you think I will fit in, where do you think you will fit in. So this is how your course, the structure of your course. Okay? Now, in your first semester, this is the National Council component. I told you there are 2 components, National Council and IGNOU. The National Council component is focused towards, professional skills which are required. So you will have both theory and practice and a lot of inputs. And as the principal said, we have a very fine team here with lots of experience. For example, food production is going to be taught by Mr. Dennis Matthew. We'll be meeting him today. He's a chef, and he's had international exposure, experience. So you're going to get it from the best. Okay, and F&B service is going to be dealt with Mr. Ashok. You'll be meeting him today, as well as Mr. Saravanan. They also have a lot of industry experience. Front office with a gracious lady, Miss Manju Sajjad. I don't know whether you'll be meeting her today, but definitely you'll be meeting her next week. All right, and she also has got a world of experience. She's worked in ITC, she's worked in Meridian, and she's fine with rooms division. Wherever you put her, she will go, and she will, she's a very strong point there. And accommodation operation by Sini ma'am. She's also with a lot of experience, with F&B experience as well. So she's very flexible. She can take any subject, one of those flexible ladies. And you have what I can, sorry, my things are okay. You have, I can see hotel engineering. Sorry, my screen is half covered. Now I have to think. Okay, you have hotel engineering, which Mr. Sunil Kumar, he is a chef actually, but he's also got a very good mechanical bend. So he will be taking engineering. We need to know some engineering as well. This course covers a lot of things, okay? And we have computer applications, which Nirmala ma'am will be teaching you. And she is also teaching computer applications, but she is the wind behind your placements and everything. She's the one who handles, and we follow her. She's the one who holds reins where your job prospects are concerned. And nutrition is handled by Nandu. He's a young staff here, so he's a pet. So this is what you'll anyway be meeting all of them through this week. And we have more staff, we have more faculty who will not be teaching you this semester, but you will be meeting them slowly. All right. So we have a lot of interesting characters in our team. That's about the course, right? Now, what about your exams, right? We have both internal and external exams. I'll be speaking to you about it, but before I speak about how the exams are conducted, you have to be eligible for it. Now, when it comes to National Council exams, they're a little more strict there. One is examination, it goes without saying. The examination application form must be filled. Okay. Now, please understand, you all are in college. You're not in school. Nobody's going to come behind you. You have to find it out by yourself. Check the website. Every day, check your e-notice boards on the website, okay? And submit it in time. Don't depend on your parents or your teachers to remind you, right? If you miss it, then only next year you can write your exam. Then minimum 75% attendance. That is for your exams. But we expect you to have more than 90% attendance, and I'll tell you why later. Then whatever required assignments and journals you have, each faculty will let us know whether you have completed it through the course, and then only you will be allowed for your exams. And of course, no disciplinary action, etc., etc. Right? These are important for you to qualify for your NCHMC exam. Now, for your IGNOU examinations, the most important thing is registration. And for you first years, you will have to register it probably by next week. All details will be put up on the website. So please keep checking on the website of our institute. All information will be put there. I am repeating this. Keep a track of this, right? Nobody is going to keep reminding you. Please understand that if you, the most important thing for a young person like you is to be responsible if you have to qualify to be in a college, all right? So please we expect you to be responsible and take on the reins. Don't depend on parents and teachers like in school. Now, how are these assessments done? The National Council assessments have two components, theory and practical. And for theory internal exams, we have a midterm exam, which carries 25% marks. And of course, your attendance also carries 5% marks. You need 40% to pass. When it comes to practical, you have an ongoing assessment. I guess every alternate practical class or every practical class, you will be having some assessment or the other. So if you remain absent in your practical class, you not only lose your assessment marks, you also lose your attendance marks, and it's very difficult. So for God's sake, do not miss your practical classes. When you come back here, your practical classes are going to be in full force, because definitely we can't have practical classes online, okay? So please come all prepared for these practical classes, attend these classes, give it your best shot, and have a good time experimenting and developing your skills, etc. So that is your internal assessment, 50%. And external is at the end of semester. You have written exam for your theory and practical exam for your practicals. That is the end semester, and we have externals who will come and evaluate. We have industrial experts coming and evaluating. That's 70%. So totally 100%. For your practicals, you require 50% to pass. 50% to pass, okay? When it comes to IGNOU, you do not have it this semester. You have it in the second semester, third or fourth semester, and the sixth semester. You have written assignments, which are your internal marks, which carries 30%, and external, that is your final exam, again, which is written, will be 70% marks. Total 100% to pass 40%. All details are there in your online handbook. Please refer. If you have any questions, if you look into the online handbook, you get answers for it. Today, I'm just going through it quickly to give you an overview, just for you to understand these are there. There's lots more information which is there in your online handbook. So go through it if you have any queries. So finally, you're a graduate. Done. 3 years, all this is done, and you're a graduate. What next? Have you thought about it? Yeah, I guess some of you all are very clear. Okay, this is what I want to be. But yeah, many of us, like even me, don't know what we would like to be. So this is where we as faculty make a lot of inputs, give you a lot of inputs, and not only faculty, even from your senior students, we expect you to be in touch with them and know what they're doing, the good things they are doing, the mistakes they are making. Smart people will learn from other people's mistakes. So all those things need to be imbibed. So after graduation, some students take up higher studies and some students take up a job. Now, when it comes to our institute, all our faculty will tell you to take up a job, because you learn in this course, however intensive it may be, it's hardly 10%. Okay, 90% of your learning happens in the job, and in the first year itself you need to start thinking, focusing on the job, because it doesn't take much. If you are disciplined, okay, you can easily pass your you can get a degree if you're disciplined. If you ask any failures in your senior group, if you ask, they will tell you the reason is lack of self-discipline, being responsible. I come back to that again. If you're responsible enough, you will clear. All right, you get 3 years to 6 years to clear this degree. Sometimes some people may take 4 years. It is all right. Okay, it might happen. Sometimes these things can happen. That's not the end of the world, right? If you fail, okay, fine, we find out what is wrong and we rectify it and we can go along. Okay, so what we do here is we prepare you for the job, and our learning is also in this institute is focused towards it, because that degree, even though you get 90%, is not going to get you a job. Please, I underline this, that this degree, even if you get 90%, will not get you a job unless and until you have this. Throughout the course, we will be focusing on this, your professional behavior. Okay, how you appear, it's very important. You have to be physically fit, you have to be energetic, you have to be turned out spick and span from here till the tip of your toe, shoes polished, spitting clean. All right, you should be able to see your reflection on the polished shoes. Okay, and you have to be regular, come to college every day, be consistent as much as you can, be punctual, because in this business, if you're late, your guests are going to get angry and you are going to lose business. And no hoteliers would like anyone who bunks. So all that, you might have thought, oh, I'm going to college, we'll have an easy life. But let me tell you, this is a professional course, and we are going to, not allow you to forget that you're not punctual. We will tell you, hey, you're not punctual, you are irregular, and you have to be prepared to face the consequences of it. Okay, you must read, you must be aware, you must know what is happening around. Okay, and you must be well versed with spoken English, communicative English, because most of all your guests, you will be speaking in English. That's an international way of communicating. More languages you know, the much better. Nirmala ma'am is an expert in French also. You can learn French from her too. And I guess now I believe sign language is supposed to be the most popular language. Sign language too. The more you learn, the better. Okay. Now, all this while, we have spoken about what happens inside the classroom. Okay. But most of our learning is outside the classroom, and that's the fun part of it. We have so many activities which exposes you to organize, plan, execute. You work in teams, be a follower, be a leader, whatever. That's what happens in your work life. So many activities we take up. We have already finished with the World Tourism Day. Your seniors have already done that. Now we are doing your orientation. ODC means outdoor catering. So whenever there are any hotels requiring people to come and help out, who wants to make an extra pocket money, that's a very good way of earning money and learning. Okay, team dinners we organize for 100, 200 people. Students do everything. Food festival. You want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a business person. We have a food festival where students can buy stalls, sell their stuff, and get to know how it is to be a business person, lose money, make money, whatever. Okay, we have field visits, study tours. We have house activities, 4 houses. You will get to know, and your seniors will talk to you about it. Okay, and we have celebrations. We just finished with our virtual Onam celebrations, and it went up really well. The seniors, beautiful show. We have cultural festivals where we have dances, singing competitions, jam, debates, recycling and creative work, whatever. Okay, we have sports tournaments. We want you all to be fit. I hope all of you all are work. At least 1 hour a day you should be doing something to keep yourself fit. Okay, eat well, sleep well, keep yourself hydrated, and run around or do whatever at least 1 hour a day at home. That's your homework every day. Okay. And we have clubs. This, if you're seeing something nice in our website, it is thanks to our young social media team, which is full of peppy, students. They're ones who make it so vibrant. Okay. So you may follow us on Instagram and Facebook and whatever. They made it happen. We oldies don't know much about it. And then we have some green fingers here who are experimenting with cultivation. Whatever you want, you can make. It's up to you all. And then we also do undertake a lot of socially responsible activities. Last year we had hosted all these people who were terminally ill patients and their families. The families never get a chance to go out. So an entire day we hosted them, and I think we were much happier in the sense that to see them in such, with such limited resources, they are leading such happy lives. It was a big eye opener for all of us here. We also had kite festivals for differently abled, and our students do Swachhata campaign, go around cleaning up places, whatever. So our learning, most of it happens outside the classroom, right? This is what teamwork is so important. You need to talk, you need to listen, you need to respect, you learn to follow, you learn to lead, and learn to disagree too. Okay, when it is not, and you should know how. Fight, no problem, but you know how to fight. So all this is part of a learning which is very, very important for your work life, right? We give the scope for your. So it's up to you how much you take in. It's all up to you. The more you take in, the more you learn. It's all up to you, what you want to do. Okay. I also would like to give you some information, which is quickly I'll give you, which ma'am will also be covering with you all. But since at home, I guess grievances, you can have it with your parents. But once you come here, I know you all have to depend on us. So if you have any grievances, the first person to go to will be your counselor. Now you will get to know who your counselors are. By next week, slowly we will get to know each other. So if you have any issues, go to your counselor. If you think your counselor is not being able to sort it out, you can come to me. Then you feel that I'm not doing anything much, you can go to the principal, you can email to principal, whatever. Okay. We also have an anti-rag committee, faculty and students. And we also have an internal complaints committee, prevention of sexual harassment. So this also we have. Respecting each other is very important. Respecting each other's differences is very important to us. We have students from A to Kanyakumari, okay, from east to west, from Mumbai to Calcutta, and we have all across. You come in different colors, sizes, shapes, genders, etc. And yes, as young people, we like to club, as we like to be with like-minded people. But I'll encourage you to get to know people who are totally opposite to you. You can learn a lot. That's what makes this campus so vibrant. Okay, as our principal said, our asset is your students. See this cafeteria, I'm sitting here, it's so empty, but I come here and sit because I feel the students. All right, so this is a very happening place. Now soon this cafeteria will shift out. You're going to a bigger place. So I guess this will be a hangout place. This is a nice place. And from here, there is a terrace out there with lots of sun. And I can see the sea from here. So when you come here, you will see this place. This is a place where students hang out to have their meals, have their chit chats, have their love affairs, have their heartbreaks. Everything happens here. So I'm sitting here. So if you have any grievances, you follow this, okay? And remember this, regularly check the e-notice boards on the website. Don't say that I did not know. Your first responsibility is that. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, before you ask any questions, check your handbook on your online handbook, okay, which is on the website. You will get most of your answers there. If you still don't get your answers, next week, we will, sort it out. We'll be meeting you and we'll be sorting it out. Okay. And one more thing, I hope your parents are also listening. I again emphasize that we prepare you to get a job because we feel that the universe can teach you much more than a university in four walls. There is so much of learning to do there. And our alumni are working in. Last year, they have the students who are just passing out. Their exams are getting over next week. They already have 2 or 3 jobs in hand. And many of them have not started the job because of this corona, but definitely they will start their work once there's a green signal. So they all have jobs in hand and they are doing short jobs or whatever little businesses to keep them going till they get their placement. So they have, many of them have gone to hotels like Taj, the Oberoi, the Four Seasons, Hyatt, Hilton, I don't know, whatever hotels you can think of, they have gotten. They've also gotten to QSRs and standalone restaurants. QSRs means quick service restaurants. Those are McDonald's, KFCs, you know, the whole lot. You must have been stuffing your face and all that, so you know. And they also get into retail too. You must have heard of Arvind Lifestyle. You must have about Aditya Birla, Reliance. All of them have given them jobs. So some of them have at least 3 jobs in hand, maybe 1 with a hotel and 2 with these various other places. So parents, especially if you let go of your children so that they learn how to stand on their own 2 feet by the time they finish this course, and learn how difficult it is to make money and survive and eat the food with which you made money, right? That's how they learn to be responsible. So let them know it is not an easy field. It is not going to be easy, but they have to go through this so that they can survive, all right? So thank you, and over to the host, please.
Thank you, ma'am. So there is a facility at this webinar for you to put in your queries through the Q&A options of this platform, which will be addressed by the panelists at the end. So now, Mr. Ashok Vidi, Senior Lecturer, will now present a brief about the facilities and activities of the Institute.
Good morning, dear friends and parents. Welcome once again to IHM City Thiruvananthapuram. So my job today is to just give you a brief about the institute facilities and the activities which happen in our college during every academic year. Okay, as Ma'am Jolly has just briefed you about the various aspects of this course, I would like to quickly go through this facilities also in the college for the various classes. So as ma'am told, our profile, we focus on the excellence in hospitality education, as all of us know. And this also ma'am has already shown. Our motto is to learn and serve, and our code of profession is quality service. And ma'am has already briefly. Now let's go into the facilities of the institute. Now all of you know that our core area, the 4 subjects which for a hotelier, which is a must to learn, is the food production, the food and beverage service, the accommodation operation or housekeeping, and the front office operation. Along with that, you have various subjects or ancillary subjects, which ma'am has already briefed you. So first, let's start up with the facilities we have kept for the food production. So all the food production labs are fully equipped with advanced modern equipment. And we have 3 kitchens. The third kitchen, we call it as the advanced training kitchen, the ATK, which is particularly meant for the SEM 5 and SEM 6 students. And we have on the second year students, the syllabus is mainly on Indian cuisine or regional cuisine, where we allow students to practice or learn quantity training. Okay, that quantity kitchen, quantity cooking output. That is what we focus. We have a quantity kitchen for the second years, and that is called a QTK. And in the first year, we have something called the basic training kitchen, which is called ETK, which is SEM 1 and 2. And we have bakery separately. You in first year and in third year, you have bakery sessions, okay? Along with this. Every day you do bakery also along with the main cooking practical sessions. So first year and third year has got a bakery, and we have a larder room also for the third years. So these are the basic facilities for conducting the practicals for food production. Now let's have a look at the food and beverage facilities for training. The institute has 2 well-equipped training rooms with 50 covers, or with 50 people capacity for third year and first. Second year we don't have, because second year is a bulk cooking session or a practical which happens, and we have a cafeteria which is attached to it. So mostly it is when we do bulk cooking, we serve the food in the cafeteria so that students can have lunch from there. Okay. Now we have 2 restaurants. And students, every day we do one batch of, suppose if it is in for semester 1, your first year, when you start actual practicals, a batch will do the food production, another batch will do the service practical. They do once your food preparation practical is over, once you do the presentation, after your evaluation is over, you will the F&B service faculty will make sure that the F&B batch does the setup in the restaurant, and one batch will do the service practical every day, and one batch from your from the first semester will come and sit in the restaurant, and they will have lunch there. And we give a lot of emphasis. I think ours is the only college where we give a lot of emphasis in one aspect, that is allowing the students to come and sit inside the restaurant and have at least one day in a week come and have lunch from the restaurant, so that they learn formal dining etiquettes. Dining etiquette is basically a set of behaviors and rules which you need to know when you are going to high profile or high class restaurants and hotels. So we, because most of us are not used to, before hotel management education, even I never used for fork and knife, which is not required in daily routine life. But we enforce that children come and sit in the restaurant and have lunch every at least day every week. So one batch will do the service for the students, one batch will have the food from there, and along with the supervision of faculty there, the food and beverage service faculty there. And one batch will do the food production also. Similarly, we have a housekeeping lab as well, where housekeeping faculty will take care of your training various aspects of housekeeping. Our focus is on professional technical know-how in cleaning, hotel laundry, and aesthetics. We have a laundry, we have a linen room. We help students to, we deliver inputs for planning, organizing, budgeting, managing human resources to deal with complexities of the department. Not only this department, every department. So you can see just a picture of the linen room, and then basic housekeeping lab. We have full laundry. We have a guest room, etc. Okay, so you practice bed making, etc. Now let's. This is our lobby and children. You can see a picture of the children doing housekeeping practical. You need to learn a bit of this flower arrangement, etc. Now let's have a look at the front office. Front office also, you will be learning all this in detail as per your syllabus. You have front office personnel play a pivotal role in providing guest services and must meet the ever-changing needs. And this is what we are also always focusing: the ever-changing needs. The world is going forward. Everything is changing fast pace. So we are also trying to compete, with that and get along with that. So must meet the ever-changing needs and demands of guests while striving to exceed the guest expectations. That's what our students need to focus. The focus is on getting students industry ready by the time they reach the final year. We have the front office. They normally does the training by role play. We have in normal the class sessions also they do role plays, and we have the reception area. There's a designated area for that. And apart from that, we have computer lab also. So the institute has a well-equipped computer lab to provide training to the students in front office. That's property management system, the basic software, how it is done, check-in, check-out, all those things, reservations, etc. And application of computer practicals. As Ali ma'am told us, there's a paper for computer application which Madam Nirmala will be taking care along with communication. So we have the computer lab also fully effective. Apart from that, we used to have a bank right next to our campus, but it has been a little away, around a kilometer away from. But if you need any service from the bank, these are general resources. Okay, Bank is not very far; it's just a kilometer from the college premise. And then we have a fully equipped gym in case you want to do work. And apart from that, we have the small playground, we have a basketball court, etc., and indoor area for playing shuttle, etc. And then the beach out there if you want to jog. Then we have another attraction of our colleges. We have a resource recovery facility which is called Zero Waste Campus. The institute has been, we've been doing this for a long time. We avoid plastics, and we are making a very eco-friendly atmosphere and environment within the campus. This helped us also to reduce plastic use, etc. The hostels, we have separate hostels for boys and girls, and all of you must have, I think you know about it also, and you must have already applied for hostels also, and it is there in our website and in our brochure, and as well as in our diary. Then let's have a look at the co-curricular activities. Ma'am was talking about the importance of what are the objectives, developing the skills, the knowledge, the attitude, etc. Apart from that, there are other activities, ma'am was just, I heard she pointing it out, which can be developed only through co-curricular activities. So please keep in mind, when something of this sort happens, don't try to keep in mind, okay, there is a festival coming up, there's a dinner coming up, there is a cultural fest coming up, so I can go and stay at home for a week. Okay. So that should not be your attitude, because these activities are colleges finding time and spending money, and people are putting energy to make that certain areas you need to develop. Maybe, for example, the teamwork aspect. Okay, there are so many small things which you learn unknowingly. What we are telling you is things which you are learning knowingly, like your knowledge, like skill, etc. But children, why do we send our children to schools and colleges? Because you learn a lot of things without your knowledge from the environment, because of the friends, because of the teachers, because of the infrastructure, because of the system. So please don't escape from these activities. If it is unavoidable, if there is something happening at home, you need to be there. Okay, fine, we understand it. It's genuine. You take leave or apply it in advance. Inform and go. There's no issues. But otherwise, stay there. Even if you don't have a major role, the minor role will help you to learn a lot of things, which will be helpful when you actually start your career. Maybe you start a career as an employee, later becoming an entrepreneur, or whatever it is. But all these aspects will count in your professional and in your future life. Please keep that in mind. Okay, there is a 3-day annual food fun festival which started in 1993, which is called Fandango, and it is one of the premier events in the city. Trivandrum, it's one of the happening events for long, I think more than 2 decades, and a lot of people from the city, and we are located in Kovalam, where there are a lot of foreigners across, and they love to come. We get repeat guests from this. You can see some of the pictures of our students. This is basically a food festival which is run entirely by students with the guidance of our team of faculty and staff. Okay, they form groups. They take stalls on bidding. We have 10 food stalls. We have some entertainment stalls. We have a stage with live performances, and students, we allow them to get the sponsorship, ticket sales, and form a team and do budgeting, do sales, getting their ingredients by themselves. We give the infrastructure as far as kitchen is concerned, all. And we have, division. We divide other students into teams also to take care of the general cleaning, sales, the venue management, the sales and marketing, etc. So all these aspects will help you to learn a lot of things which will never ever happen inside a classroom. So we give a lot of emphasis on this also, because classroom learning, to an extent, if you are smart, but practicals, it is not possible. At least the theory part you can read and understand. Okay, so these are all very, very important as activities in a college, so don't miss it. And students, you can see there's a lot of opportunity for them to do their decor, the setup, planning, etc., etc. You can see the picture. Next is a themed dinner, which is the Fandango is every year is a themed dinner, is an activity which is done by the second year students, which because as you told, they are learning regional cuisine. So when they are learning regional cuisine, every batch is allowed to choose one of the regions, maybe Punjabi, maybe Haryani, maybe Goan, maybe Maharashtrian, anything, or Kerala, Tamilian, anything. So they choose a theme and they conduct a theme dinner. Okay, this will help them to, as a small group, we will divide them into a team of food production, a team of students will take care of the service, team will take care of the sale, designing of the tickets and sales and marketing, budgeting, a team will take care of the accounts. So a team to take care of the decor, etc. So this is also another activity we normally do in college, and we invite all these activities. Guests are people from outside, so the students will get the real experience of selling ticket, and they feel so happy, and they learn a lot of things by doing things. You know, it is a learning by doing. We give opportunity for such learning, because learning by doing is the best way of learning. That's the reason why we provide such activities within our every year in our curricular, along with our curricular system. So this is a themed dinner, which is okay. Now let's have a look at the extracurricular activities which we normally have to develop on personality. This is all. See, please understand, it's your future depends on your overall personality, how you perceive things, how you see yourself, how you try to develop yourself. Don't try to compete with somebody else. That's someone else's business. You try to compete within yourself and grow within yourself. If you try to focus on somebody else, you will become jealous, you get frustrated. Don't ever at all. You just focus on you. Please respect others. Okay. So that's the only thing which we tell you to. That's just a suggestion to you. So develop all around personality. The students are categorized into houses. The only I'm just recently told we have various houses: eagles, faculties, and you will be divided also. And it is an opportunity to participate in cultural, literary, and sports competition. The fest is called CatFest. It is a short form of Catering College at Fest. Okay, so we every year, however busy it is, we will ensure that 2 days, a principal, HOD, everyone will always say, let's not cancel whatever however busy we are, whatever the problem is. There's no question of canceling all these activities. We will somehow manage somewhere. We'll fit it, and we have 2 days for you to learn a different experience. So the annual 2-day cultural and literary inter-house competition brings talents in the competition spirit of the young minds. Okay, so we have Mr. Item competition, singing, dancing, all those things. Okay, we have debate competition, we have so many competitions, literary as well. Okay, people do flower arrangement, vegetable carving. We have competitions on painting, cartooning. So the whole 2 days is basically for develop all the talents. Okay. Now let's have a look at the next event is Sports Day. Annual Sports Day showcases the sportsman spirit of the student. Every year you can see falcons, eagles, swifts, and all. Okay. So all the boys, girls, we book we organize a half day. 1 day is fully for Sports Day and all the activities related to sports. You can see some of the pictures. Okay. And then the students even send celebration at the college. Every year we start out with the induction day. Unfortunately, this is the first time we are doing virtually. We are not able to see you in front of us, but we assure that we will see you shortly. Like the students will come and sit. You can see our principal and a team at the dais welcoming, and we do the induction day. Okay. Then we have the freshers. After 1 or 2 weeks, normally we have a freshers party for the newcomers. The second years and third years, we organize a freshers function with a high tea and things like that. Okay. Then we have immediately, normally in the month of August, we normally have Onam celebrations. Then we have after Onam, we normally have the World Tourism Day and things like Diwali in the hostel. Diwali we do it in hostel. This last year we did a small Holi celebration also. Then at the end of the year, we will have an annual day or valedictory function, which is a formal function, and with where the awards and accolades are given. And this function we normally wind up. So I some humble with this small message, I would like to wind up you. I congratulate all of you for being and choosing this course. So thank you so much. And, over to Atul. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to invite our administrative officer, Mr. Narayana Sharma, to give us a brief about the administrative matters.
Good morning, everybody. I appreciate all of you for selecting this course. The reason I will tell you at the end. In the administrative office, we do all your admission process, fees collection, scholarships, travel concessions, etc. Initially, we are collecting the first semester fee and the next semester during January. This time, you have paid already a portion of that to NCHMCT. The balance amount you have to pay on or before 27, because then we have to send the details to National Council on 28th. Hostel fees, we are collecting 6 months now in the beginning, and the remaining fees along with the second semester, depending on the academic year due to the present situation. You are eligible for bank loans. The documents required are fee structure, bona fide certificate, affiliation certificate. Those who need have to send an email to the principal, and we will send it to you by speed post. You have to approach banks near to you. Once the loan sanctioned and paid to the institute, the amount of which already you have paid will be refunded. Students are eligible for KSRTC bus concession, railway concession for travel during winter and summer vacations. Various scholarships are available for SC, ST, OEC students from respective state governments and have to apply through the scholarship portal. Ministry of Social Justice gives scholarship to SC students. Ministry of Tribal Affairs also give to ST students. If you need any assistance, you can approach the administrative office. The team in the administrative office will always help you in this regard. And I would like to share my experience. My son is an alumni of this institute, passed out in 2011, and after working in Oberoi for 5 years, now he works in Dubai as a restaurant manager. And one day I asked my son, opportunities. So I wish you all the best and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Each batch of students are guided by class counselors. Ms. Nirmala Jacob and Mr. Dennis Matthew would address you now.
Thank you, Atul. Good morning and congratulations for your choice of IHM Kovalam as your base for building your career. Okay, we extend a very warm welcome to all our students. We, Mr. Dennis, Joseph Matthew and I, we represent the team of counselors for the first year students. Okay, Mr. Dennis will introduce himself now.
Welcome to IHMCT Kovalam. My name is Dennis Joseph Matthew. I am one of the counselors and I'll be teaching you food production practical and theory. I'm working here from the last 25 years.
I'm Nirmala Jacob and I'm on the faculty of the institute since 1992. I teach, like mentioned, I teach the applications of computer. I also look after the industrial exposure training, which is part of the second year curriculum, and the job placement of the final year students. We are 4 counselors. We work as a team to help our students cope with academic matters, and we try and give you the necessary guidance in your personal matters, that you approach us with. I am the counselor for group 1. You will be divided into groups. I am the counselor for group 1, Mr. Dennis for group 2, Mr. Saravanan, he is right now not here. Mr. Saravanan will be your counselor for group 3 and Mr. Nandu for group 4. Mr. Saravanan and Mr. Nandu will meet all the students during their respective class sessions. Say that since this is a new course, you will be looking for guidance in academic matters, sometimes in personal matters, and please remember that we are there for you. Okay, all 4 of us. Okay, though we are divided into different groups, we are meant for different groups, we work as a team. Okay, and our phone numbers are included in the student diary, which Dolly ma'am would have referred to, and it will come to you soon. It's online diary. Due to the pandemic situation, it's so sad that we're not able to meet in person. However, we have going to make use of technology. Make the best use of technology and try to connect. Parents too, you must approach us for your guidance in academic matters, actually for the guidance of your children. As of now, since your children are going to be at home, a lot of factors that come with the child leaving home to settle and adjust in a new place, in a new environment, and in a new course of study, all that does not apply now in this pandemic situation. But that's only as of now. We as counselors understand how difficult or how it's not easy for parents when the child has to leave home at 18-year-old. We also are parents, okay? And we've had to deal with such situations ourselves when our children had to leave home. And it is difficult for parents more than the children, especially for the mothers. Okay, we expect our students to join in campus sooner or later, okay? And it is then that you need to be aware of a lot of things like handling yourselves as a young adult responsibly. As of now, use the comfort of your home to step into this new beginning. Actually, that's a very good the comfort of your home. A new beginning comes with taking new decisions, making new goals, and the discipline to realize them, the discipline to achieve your goals and your decisions. Ensure that you attend all classes without fail. This is a skill-oriented course, but right now, as Jolly ma'am said, it's the theory classes that would happen online. You must look forward to attending all the classes with an open mind, ready to accept information. I believe that happiness is the key motivation factor. Whatever our circumstances personally, we must find happiness on what we have chosen personally as our profession, okay? And we can always find happiness if we look for it. Only if we are happy, we'd be passionate about the job. And when we are passionate about what we do, we are focused and we love what we do. And then again, we are happy. All right? Congratulations once again, dear students. A very warm welcome to IHM Kovalam, and be happy. Over to Mr. Dennis.
I just would like to reiterate a few points that are already discussed and which are very important in our curriculum. First of all, attendance in classes. Because we have online classes, every class will be taking attendance. Okay, and we want everybody to attend the classes. And system of marking attendance, we have got hotel management software called TIMS, okay, which is adopted by all institutes in India. And the attendance, once we are entering on a daily basis, then it is not in our hands, because since it is entered, it is going to the National Council. Okay, we don't do any adjustments in attendance. Okay, it's mandatory that every student should have 75% attendance in order to attend the examination. It is compulsory. Now, first of all, since we have got online classes, you make sure that you have good connectivity at home. Okay, either mobile connectivity or a Wi-Fi connectivity to attend the classes. And if you have any issues, an emergency that you cannot connect or something like that, please inform the academic department or the counselor so that your inability to attend the class. That's very important. Okay. So we faculty, we need your 50% of cooperation from you while attending the classes. 50% effort we are putting in to make the best out of these online classes. We will be a bit of practicals also, demonstration, all these things we are planning through online, because it is very difficult for us to meet you in person. Okay, we'll be giving you assignments. Every chapter is over, we'll be giving you assignments. It is very important that you respond to the assignment, complete the assignment on time, so that we can process the internal evaluation properly, because we are doing the internal evaluation based on the assignments. So don't neglect the assignments. Very, very important. Okay. Now, parent or yourself, if you want to contact regarding any problem, you can contact the counselor. We are open. As far as I'm concerned, I'll be available from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at night. That time you can contact me, you can discuss problems. I'll surely take necessary action and solve your problem. Okay. So, again, I want to tell you about this connectivity because a lot of students, my experience now, about second years and third, that a lot of people have problem with connectivity. They cannot attend classes. So make sure that before starting the classes, your connectivity is all right. Either get a Wi-Fi or a good connectivity, mobile phone with a good connectivity, so that you can do all things. Okay, thank you very much and all the best for your career.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now we move on to the question answer session.
Good morning, students and parents. There are a lot of questions. Definitely, if questions are there, that means we have given you a lot of information and more you require. Now, first regarding the hostel. Hostel facility, we have, as mentioned in the National Council brochure, we have got only 114 for boys, and girls we have got 14 seats. Now this is mainly because we have to follow the COVID protocol. As far the ministry has given us a protocol where they say that only accommodate 50%. We have seats of for first years around 150 to 160 for boys and 30, but now due to COVID protocol it has been reduced to 114 for boys, and for girls it is only 14, because in a room we cannot have more than 50% occupancy. Okay. Now regarding hostel facilities, hostel for boys and girls are separate. They have separate mess, and the rooms are divided into 2-seaters, 3-seaters and 4-seaters for boys with a common toilet, and girls also the rooms are divided into 3 and 4-seaters, and some rooms have got attached toilet which are mainly given to the senior students. As far as the first years are concerned, they will get a common toilet in their hostel. Okay. Now regarding the other facilities in the hostel, like any other inside the campus, we have a lot of place to play football, cricket, basketball, shuttle, and then volleyball. So these are the games that we have. We have few indoor games also, and the hostel has a facility of a recreational room, and it has got a large dining hall as far as the boys hostel is concerned. Girls hostel has got also a recreation room dining hall, plus they have facilities provided for washing. Area is provided. As of now, we have not till date we have not provided laundry facility. We have provided a hand wash facility only in the hostel area. Now that is about the hostel. And regarding the hostel fee will be only collected for the student on allotment, not before that. It will be collected after the allotment is done, and you have to pay before occupying the hostel. That is one regarding the hostel. And there is some parents want regarding the physical reporting date. Now physical reporting date will be intimated to you as soon as we get the information from our council, that is the National Council for Hotel Management and Catering Technology, or from the ministry, when they are going to allow us to physically start the operations. Till such time we are going to hold with the online classes only, and however we will inform you well in advance when the college is going to reopen, so that you have enough time to book your tickets and other things for reporting over here physically. And there's another question that has come up from a parent, is that whether the parent has to come during the physical reporting. Not necessary. Students are adults, they should take care of themselves. So if you are confident that your ward will be able to handle his physical reporting, he can come. But however, we would like the parents should accompany the student so that they can meet the parents and the faculty member before the start of the academic session, because one-to-one interaction will be very good with parents and this a faculty member. So, however, I advocate that it is better that the parents at least visit the college, see the college during the physical reporting time. However, if you are not unable to, there is no issues. The child can come directly and take admission, and the parents can visit the institute when time permits. Now, regarding the bona fide certificates and all, we will give you bona fide certificate for loan when you complete the formalities of admission. Complete the formalities in the sense that you have to pay the fees, we have to register you with us, and then the details have to be there with us. Already we have got part of the information from you. We have given you one registration form on the website, which you have to download, and it has to be filled and sent to the college. So that is the first point, because we have to allot you an admission number, and that admission number will be only allotted after the due payment of the remaining portion of the fees. You already paid 40,000 to National Council, and the remaining the details are given in our website. That is your 14,650 that you have to pay to the college. And as far as IGNOU fees is concerned, that has to be paid directly to IGNOU. And fee payment at present, we have got online transfer directly to our bank account. All the details are given. After you transfer the money, please ensure that you give us the details of your transaction so that we are able to generate the required receipts and other things for your use. Now, when I talk about the fee receipt, at present we will give you the this soft copy by mail, and then we will send you the hard. We will give you the hard copy when you report. Okay. Now, so the mode of payment is only online payment. There is no draft, no cash. We don't collect any of this mode. It is only online to our bank. Our bank is Central Bank of India, Kovalam branch. And again, this applying for loan, as I told you, some parents have asked, it is only after the payment of fees and giving you an admission number. Now, regarding medical certificate, if some of you may not have submitted the medical certificate during your counseling time, please ensure that you are sending it to us. And all documents which you are asked to submit, whatever you have not submitted during the counseling or you are given an undertaking, please have them ready and send it to us. You can send us a scanned copy. Then the next question is on IGNOU. As Madam has discussed in detail about IGNOU, we have an IGNOU coordinator. She is Miss Manju Sajid, our senior faculty. Now, regarding IGNOU, from this year onwards, the registration is done directly in the IGNOU website. The website is ignou.ac.in, and these details will be put up. And the portal where you have to do the new registration, that portal will be open from 21st of October, and it will be open only for a week. That is what the instruction that we have got from National Council, that it will be ready, and basic minimum information will be there in that portal, and how to log in and all that details will come to us, and we'll put it up on the notice board. So please ensure that check the notice board, that is e-notice board for IGNOU requirement, and the payment has to be done when you do the registration with IGNOU. Now all the certificates, everything, please contact the office. Okay. Now again, there is a question on scholarship. You can apply for scholarship as soon as you are registered with us. The registration process is your application, the application that you are sending it to us, which is there on the website along with the required fees. As soon as that is done, we will send you the details of the scholarship according to your requirement. See, as far as the scholarship of various government agencies are concerned, most of them have their your portal in which you have to give, like in Kerala, we have, it is known as e-grants. Student can register in that, and then after registering, they have to bring that copy and give it to us. But however, I will tell you that before you go into that site, you have to get the our certificate from here that you are a student of this college. That means you have to get a bona fide certificate. The hostel allotment, again I told you, hostel allotment is directly done by NCHNCT. They will allot the hostel as per the rank obtained by the students, and the various categories are there of reservation. Based on that, they will allot. And once they allot the hostel, we will allot the hostel to you 1 or 2 days before the physical reporting. 1 or 2 days before the physical reporting, we will allot the hostel subject to payment of the fees. And the fees details are there in our website. But please do not pay the fees now. You have to pay the fees only after National Council declares the hostel allotment list. And the last date for semester fees. Now the first semester fees already are paid 40,000. And the remaining 14,650 has to be paid before 27, because on 28 we have to send all the details of the students to National Council, those who have paid the fee. That means on 28 the process of admission will be over. So before that, we require the fees to be paid from the student, the remaining portion of the fees. See, as far as we are concerned, there is no separate facility for EWS and all, as a hostel is allotted based on the National Council parameter. There they may have the reservation breakup for various category. But as far as we are concerned, we will strictly follow what they are giving it to us. Okay. Now, Google Pay or any pay you can do, but please understand, you can do any online transfer only to our bank account. Only to our bank account. Please do not transact anything to anybody else. Only to our bank, official bank account, which is given in our website along with a fee statement. Okay. Please do not pay to anyone, anywhere. Please do not send draft. Please do not come with cash. Only any kind of digital payment can be done. But only thing is that please send us the details of those digital payment. Okay, this is all about hostel and fees. Okay. See, now this OEC, other economic community scholarship. See, the regarding scholarship, institute will only direct you to the portal, and they, after collecting all the necessary documents from you, all the necessary collecting, we will forward it to the required agencies. Some we will forward, because within the state of Kerala we forward. For the central scholarship we forward. But there are state government this scholarship, other state government outside Kerala, that the student we give it to the student, they will take it and submit it, unless and until the government insists on. Now this OEC scholarship, as of now, the government of Kerala has not released. It is still under the administrative process. We have forwarded everything for the last year. They have not yet released, so we are waiting for it. So scholarship is totally a government activity. Government will give us. And as far as we are concerned, we will collect the fees first from all the students, with whether they are having scholarship facility or no scholarship. We will collect, and then only we will adjust with the scholarship when it comes. We will reimburse the scholarship, but the fees has to be paid, and then the reimbursement only happens as far as the scholarship is concerned, for all throughout the next 6 semesters. First semester you already paid. Now please understand that we have a very strong, dedicated staff member in the office. They take care of this scholarship. They will go, they will look at, even if you forget, we will come after you to ensure that you are doing the scholarship formalities. So that is how we work. So we request the student that please cooperate with us. Also the parent, please check. Don't tell us last minute that you forgot to apply. We are coming. We will send mail. We will send SMS. We will call and speak to the child. But please ensure that the child is following it up with the office. Okay. So that is very important as far as scholarship is concerned, because scholarship, we are handling scholarship all across the country, because various agencies give. And if you have got any doubt, you can contact all administrative matter. Please contact the administrative officer. All academic matter, please contact the head of the department, please. And anything related to specific to student specific, please contact the counselor. Do not contact others. If you contact others, you will not be able to get any information, because when you contact these people at a responsible position, they will give you all information. So that is the reason why I'm telling you, please contact. And the hostel allotment for the first year, it is done directly by National Council. So we have got no say in that. Whoever is allotted, we will give them. National Council knows that we have got 114. When it comes to second year and third year, the seats are very limited. Seats are very limited. So there we have a lot of criteria. We have got very strict criteria that the student should have more than 95% attendance. Student should not have any backlogs. Backlogs with any paper of any semester is having reappeared. Only consideration that we give is that we look at a serious medical consideration where we relax. Only in the serious medical consideration that we give for students a hostel. Otherwise, 95% and no backlog in any semester, that is a criteria for us. And this year we have another criteria that apart from this too, we have put on, because of COVID reasons, our seats have reduced by half. So we have put that we will give anybody who fulfills these two criteria, then we look at the distance from Trivandrum to that place. So that is how we are going to this year. That is especially exclusively for this year. As Madam has already told you regarding the handbook will be uploaded in the website. It is will be uploaded, and all details are there in the website. Only thing is, whatever we are adding on because of the COVID reason, that is not there in that handbook. Rest everything is there in the handbook. And if no hostel, alternate accommodation. Yes, we have a lot of alternate, because we have more than 500 students in the campus at any given point of time. And our hostel in a normal condition takes only 300 students, boys and girls together. So that means around 200 students are staying in and around the college. So we have a lot of facilities in and around walking distance. You don't have to take a bus or anything. You can walk and go around these places. Okay. So if you have got more doubts, more clarification you want, you can please put your questions. We will add. Now I'll request Madam Jolly to give the academic part of it, if any questions are.
Okay, I'm back again. The first question I get is ragging issues in campus. Are you worried that you'll get ragged? Okay. First of all, what is ragging? Okay. And the definition given here is any conduct by any student or students, whether by words spoken or written or by an act which has the effect of teasing, treating or handling rudeness of fresher or any other student. It does not matter that it is only a fresher who gets ragged. It can be anybody too, vice versa. All this can happen. Now, your question, I assume, is are there ragging issues in the campus? Yes, there are. It is, the campus wants you all to work in teams, work with your seniors, work with each other. We believe in teamwork, and definitely when you do that, there are going to be clashes, which each one will perceive in different ways. What somebody thinks that it is just mild teasing, the other person may find it as a big bullying, and then if that person thinks it's bullying, then it comes under ragging. Okay, so such matters are there, and we handle it. Okay, the first thing to do is you approach your counselor in case, because even at home between you, if you have brothers and sisters, such things happen and your parents are there to sort out issues, right? When you come away and you're here, it is but natural that you will learn by making some mistakes. Everybody will be making some mistakes, or maybe rude, maybe somebody talks to you loudly. All these things can happen. So the first thing is that when this happens, you should know that one thing, you should not allow people to, make use of you. Okay, if anyone shouts at you, rude to you, you need to know how to handle this first by yourself. And if you cannot, always come to your counselor. And if it's a serious matter, the counselors will definitely give it to the ragging committee who will handle this. So this is how we handle our ragging. I hope I've answered your question. Okay. The second question is first year practicals. First year practicals, you have 5 practicals: food production, F&B service, accommodation, operation, housekeeping, front office, and computers. Now, see, some 2-3 months ago, if I was told to talk to you like this, I would never know what to do. We all are learning. We are still in the process of learning. Practicals is very difficult online, but there are different ways of, I think there are different ways of reaching out to you. For example, I was just thinking, if Chef Dennis talks to you about how to hold a knife and cut a vegetable, you have a knife at home, practice it at home. Try practicing and help your mother out, okay? Or if Chef Dennis speaks to you about different ways of cooking, roasting, boiling, stewing, take anything and see what, maybe peanuts, boil peanuts and see how the texture difference is, roast it and see how it is, whatever, broil it and see what it is. So a lot of things you can do at home, by yourself too, and you can share your findings with your faculty. This is what happens, sir. Why did it go? Why did my cake flop down? What was the reason? So many things. I think that's a very nice way, because you're all learning, and also I think your family members will be happy, especially your mother. When it comes to service, so we talking to you, yeah, you can try out. Let's see how it goes. As far as housekeeping is concerned, you can do it at home. Clean up your house. We'll be sharing information. Yeah, get a broom, get a mop, whatever it is. Start dusting. All these things you can try at home. All right. However, having a one-to-one session with you online seems difficult. Okay. Even computer applications, front office too, ma'am. We will all find out different ways of role playing, etc. Not actually PMS, but the role plays, etc. Maybe Manju ma'am will find out some way. All right. So we are working towards it, but definitely you have to come here for your practicals, because it's very difficult. Imagine trying to learn to swim. So there are limitations to it. Okay. So I hope I've answered your practicals. Then comes, you asked about uniforms. I don't know if it's put up on the site yet, but all information about the uniform is put up on the site. Will the college give the uniforms? Not everything, but things like dusters, etc. You can come here and pick it up. That will be better, because you will know where to go and find out. If you can find out where you can get chef's uniform, because all the specifications will be put up or are put up. I don't know, it must be being put up. All are there, and whom to contact also. The phone number is also given. Cine ma'am, okay? Cine ma'am who's going to teach you housekeeping. So you have any queries, you can ask ma'am, and this will be sorted out. You still have time for your uniforms. So next week we will address all those matters. So go through it and see what doubts you have. I'm not trying to promote any uniform suppliers, but if you want to buy online, I'm told that Lord's uniform, LORDS, has a lot of uniforms, and they are not expensive. You can try them too. All right. Now, online class, date, time, principal. You're asking when is, online class date time. Okay, I thought it was real time class date time. We will be putting up the timetable today itself. Monday onwards, we'll have a 1-hour session with each faculty in the afternoon. It would be between 2 and 3, I think, or maybe between 3 and 4, sometime in the afternoon. The session will be put up today itself. Yeah, the uniform information is there on the college website. Everything is put up.
Parents and students wants to know to which mail they are supposed to send information to this college. All information to this college will come to principal@igmctcovalum.org. This is the email ID of the principal. It will come to that mail, and from there it will be given to the concerned person. So please understand that all the mail that you are all communication should come to the principal's mail. All communication should come to the principal's mail, and it will be given to you from there. Now, for applying for loan, yes, you will get all the requirement of document that we have to provide. We'll give you. Only thing that, see, this bona fide certificate is issued on request for a specific purpose. Like, it is not necessary that everybody has to take a bona fide certificate for loan. You may take a bona fide certificate for loan. Some will take bona fide certificate for loan. Some may take bona fide certificate for a scholarship. Some may take a bona fide certificate to prove that they are studying over here for getting a passport. So bona fide certificates are issued on request and for a particular purpose. Now, as far as the physical reporting is concerned, as again I will tell you, physical reporting depends upon the Government of India's order or the NCHMCT order. As whenever it is the information is reaching us, we will definitely pass it on to you, and there will be sufficient time for you to make travel and come. So I will request you all emails to be sent to principal unless and until it is specified on the website that it has to go to a certain area. Otherwise, all communication will be to the principal's email ID. Okay. Now, deadline for remaining fees. Now, one parent or student has asked deadline for remaining fees. As I told you earlier also, we have to send your data to National Council by 28, the complete data, where we can only generate your complete data if the fees have been paid and all the other formalities are complete. When I say other formalities, that means your application. You have to download the application in our website. The applications are there, registration forms are there. Please download, fill it up, and send it along with the required fees. And please understand that this has to reach us well in advance so that on 28th this information is transferred to NCHMCT to close the this your admission process. And again, regarding the hostel allotment is done by NCHMCT. It is not through us as far as the first year is concerned. So these are the two things. And IGNOU registration, please check all these details. Please check our website on Monday, and every information will be there by Monday afternoon. Please do not check on Monday morning, because it will take some time to upload all this information that has been generated today and your request. So please check on Monday. And as madam has told you about the uniform informations are there on the website, and contact person details are there. So you can take notice of that. And if you want, you can purchase before coming, or you can come to Trivandrum and purchase. Or madam has said the name of one company brand, you can follow them also. And regarding toolkit, see, toolkit is one item which you require for your food production class. That particular item will make arrangement, because it has got some specification. It has got some specification and some specific item and all. So that specification item we will be asking a supplier in Trivandrum to have it. And when you come, you will directly purchase from him. Institute has got nothing to do. And please understand, regarding uniform, we do not collect any fees. Regarding uniform, we do not collect any fees. We may be providing you dusters, which may cost 200 or 300 rupees. That is directly between the supplier and the students. We do not collect anything as far as this uniform is concerned. We will only show you, if you are not able to procure in your place, we will only show you that it is where all it is available, with the support of our senior students. Okay, so we do not get involved in any uniform purchase, but please be very careful that the uniforms are purchased as per the specification given on the website. Do not purchase something outside that. If you have got anything that you are purchasing outside, that, then we will not be able to use it. So we are given the contact number of a person. Okay, thank you, Jolly. You can take over.
Okay, I've got some couple of questions. Books from the college. We have each faculty will give you information material, all right? So each faculty will tell you if there is any book to be bought. Actually, there are not much textbooks. One is we encourage you all to read up from the library, but since you all are not here, the faculty will tell you sites, will share handouts, etc. through online means. Okay, so there is no need to buy books now unless and until you want to buy some nice books for yourself, which is always good. Coming to network issues in some areas, yes, we do have that. Many students do face problems, and each faculty will help you with it. So we are already helping students who are, the present students who are having problems. So in the same manner, each faculty will help you out if you miss any classes. Don't worry about it. Okay, you just have to, as Mr. Dennis said, keep your faculty informed that you cannot come to the class, okay, because of these network issues. That's all is required. And even when you come back here, if you have any difficulties, we will review the classes again. Whatever doubts you have will be clarified. Don't worry.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Before we close the formal programs today, Ms. Janisha Dalal of our final year will propose the vote of thanks.
Good morning. On behalf of this institute, I thank all the first year students who have now officially entered into the IHM family. As a final year student, I can assure you that your 3 years of study here will mold you all into professionals ready to face the hospitality industry. A special thanks to the parents for placing their trust in this institute. We thank the principal, head of department, administrative officer, all the staff and faculty of this institute for their invaluable guidance and support at all times. Thank you.
Thank you, Janisha. We have come to the close of the induction program 2020. This is Atul Ben, final year student of the institute, welcoming you all to the IHM family once again. Thank you.